So you're on day 8, let's dive in. If the chaos gods manifested within baseline reality, the NHA would not classify them as entities, organisms, or even intelligences. They would be classified as prime-class horizon phenomena, self-reinforcing metaphysical feedback loops tied to cognition, emotion, and belief. They are not beings. They are what happens when ideas acquire gravity. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. You do not capture chaos gods. You starve them. Each chaos god feeds on a specific human vector. Korn feeds on violence and intent. Tzeentch feeds on ambition, planning, and change. Nurgle feeds on despair, decay, and resignation. Slaanesh feeds on excess, obsession, and sensation. From an NHA perspective, this means one thing. They are parasitic on consciousness, not space-time. Destroying a manifestation does nothing. Killing an avatar is cosmetic. As long as the emotional engine runs, chaos persists. That places all 4 firmly in prime class, not because of raw power, but because they scale infinitely with population. In regards to sending strike teams out, I'd say it's unnecessary. No boarding actions, no kill teams. You ask why? Because shooting belief is a category error. Instead, the NHA initiates horizon-level suppression protocols. Phase 1 is global, quiet, and terrifyingly boring. The NHA deploys a planetary lattice of Xeno null reactor buoys, not as weapons, but as cognitive decouplers. These systems do one thing exceptionally well. They sever the causal link between emotional output and metaphysical amplification. Anger still exists, but it no longer echoes. Ambition still exists, but it no longer compounds. Pleasure still exists, but it no longer escalates. Despair still exists, but it no longer spreads. The Chaos Gods don't vanish. They go quiet. Their realm, the warp equivalent, loses coherence because belief is no longer being reflected back at itself. Think of it like soundproofing the universe. They scream. No one hears them. Korn collapses first. Violence without metaphysical reward becomes inefficient. War still happens, but it stops meaning anything to him. Slaanesh follows. Excess without amplification burns itself out. Obsession becomes private, not cosmic. Nurgle lingers longer. Entropy is patient, but despair that cannot propagate eventually decays into acceptance. Tzeentch is the hardest. Change is fundamental. But plans without narrative weight stop generating paradox. Schemes unravel into logistics. None are destroyed. They are functionally neutralized. Final designation: veiled, non-expressive, prime-class phenomena. The chaos. Gods still exist in theory, but reality has stopped listening. And that's the difference between the NHA and everyone else. They don't fight gods. They change the conditions that allow gods to matter. So what's next? Comment your next hypothetical down below, and until next time, this has been Dr. Marcus Zane, former head of research for the NHA.